Will participant number 18 please come to the podium? Participant number 18 is Paola Rafaela Molina Polo from Colegio Los Pinos.
Education is the most powerful weapon men can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Members of the jury, authorities, teachers, fellow students, good morning. We are living in the 21st century, which has been characterized as a time of advancement and development for the human race. Hundreds of new inventions have been put to our disposition, and new devices are coming out every single day. Our lives have been simplified in an enormous manner. Everything is now easier and faster. So we may say that we've achieved a higher level of civilization because of all the technologies that we have at our disposition. But have we really advanced? The real question is not that. It's have we advanced towards a better society? We sit all day long looking at those bright screens that provide us of all the information we can ever imagine. But in a split of a second, we can get information of things that are happening at that exact same moment at the other side of the world. But what for? We're looking at these screens, receiving notifications of barbaric things that are happening and receiving them with straight faces. As if it's something so common that doesn't have any repercussion on our lives. The things happening in France, Syria, Nigeria, and Iraq are just one of the few of the thousands and thousands of conflicts that are going on around the world. There are not 10, there are not 4, there are hundreds. At this exact same moment in so many countries. Most of them we don't even know about. And why? Because we are living in a globalized, consumerist society where the media only tells us what they want us to hear. And we are so easily fooled. We are so immersed, living in this artificial world. We don't even realize that people are losing their lives at the other side of the globe. We do not care about the conditions millions of families are living in this exact same moment, in places where there is absolutely no freedom. And people risk their lives every single day just to be able to survive. All while we're sitting in the comfort of our homes. How can we be so okay with this, knowing that children are dying of hunger? All for what? For ridiculous conflicts that are being caused by selfish people who only care about one thing: power. They do not care about the well-being of their citizens. They do not care that millions of people are dying. They only care about this empowerment that gives them a sense of superiority over the other people that can't do anything more than accept this ordeal they are being put through because of selfish reasons. So, how can we call this progress, I ask you? We are living in the 21st century and we are still throwing bullets at each other. We are still bombarding our brothers and sisters. If this is called progress, please, I beg you, let's stop advancing towards it. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." If we want to achieve this world peace everyone is talking about, we should begin changing ourselves. If we create a metaphor for 1 second and imagine that our society is a pyramid, we can't achieve to change the whole pyramid from the top. We have to go to the basics, to the foundations, and change it little by little. But how, you may ask? The answer relies in one simple word: education. But not the type of education that teaches young children to hate, to discriminate, to grow in a society where there is war going all around them, but the education that teaches good, and that teaches children to forgive each other and not fight. One that inspires, civilized, understanding dialogue, because this is the only option that should be taken into consideration if we are trying to solve the problematic our world is now in. But we can't achieve that. Why? Because we are living in a self-centered society that cares more about themselves than the broader concerns of all humanity. Why can't we understand that death only brings more death? Countries should realize that in a war, nobody wins. It only creates despair, poverty, death. The only thing we're doing is dehumanizing ourselves. So, we have to think that it's not too late to save our society. That society of peace we are now seeing as something completely utopian is not unreachable. We can actually achieve it at a very fast rate if we all work together towards it. But first, we need to convince ourselves and teach the younger generations that hate, war, death are no way to proceed. How? I already told you the answer: education. So let's all at least try to restore those values that were lost in war and that sense of humanity that once defined us as humans. Thank you.